Welcome back, guys. As promised, for those who watched the last video where I was talking about gut health and what I do for maintaining gut health on the daily, I said I was going to give you something that would help you recover if you had a heavily compromised gut. Kind of the full arsenal of what can we do to recover really quickly. So here we have them. So as we spoke on before, when you have an issue with the gut, it obviously compromises the gut lining and you're going to have an immune response to that if it happens time and time over again. So having something to modulate the immune system is really a great first move. So this is why we've got thymosin alpha. This, how can I really explain this to you? I would say it's almost like an adaptogenic would work. So if you're having an extreme immune response, it will help pull it down to baseline. Or if you're having your immune system's lacking, it will help bring it back up to baseline. So this is really good just for modulating the immune system and keeping it in balance, rather than taking something that's just going to absolutely crush it, and then you would have to let your immune system recover. So for example, I'm a perfect prime candidate for this. As some of you may know, I have some severe autoimmune issues, and I did like 16 weeks of methotrexate, which is a chemotherapy drug. And because my condition was so severe, the doctor's recommendations was to do that, and I actually accepted because I was really struggling. Couldn't get out of bed some days, in a lot of discomfort. So methotrexate just completely crushes the immune system. We were at that severe point that I needed something to act really quickly to get on top of it, because it was just running rampant. It was really damaging my pancreas and causing some severe issues. I mean, it's happened a couple of times this last year. I actually dropped 50 pounds in 2 weeks when I came back from Dubai at the beginning of the year, and that was from autoimmune and immune response in attacking my pancreas. So thymosin alpha has kind of been a little bit of a game changer for me by using it continuously, especially when I start to feel a little bit of a flare up and some inflammation come in, because it's usually my inflammation will come from an immune response. So having this on hand to run for a period will just help keep my immune system leveled out and really stop any of those severe things occurring. So this one has really been a game changer. For anyone who is struggling, I recommend you do your own research on that, but it's something that I don't think I will never not have in my cupboards in the house. It's always going to be there on hand for me, especially with the autoimmune. Anyone who's got autoimmune disease that's been diagnosed, and maybe ask your doctor about using this or having it on hand. It's definitely going to improve your quality of living in your life. Then we have thymosin beta 4. These work in synergy. You'll probably see them in blends with BPC 157. Really help with recovery of any tissues or any damage within the body and help reduce inflammation. So these two they're just really, I mean, they're well known, they're not secrets anymore, but you're always in an inflamed state, as I've already explained with the gut. You know, you get that compromised gut lining, pathogens, bacteria, food particles in the bloodstream, immune response, inflammation. So you get immune response, modulate inflammation, repair the inflammation, keep that under control. So those two are kind of at the back end. But what's the primary thing we want to do is we've got to actually get to the root cause and fix the gut. So as we have a maintenance in the original video, we have the maintenance of Good Morning. I keep that in, and it's done an in-detail video on that, which we'll put a link below, so you can actually get more insight as to the formulation and why I put this product together. But this will help maintain your gut lining and help detoxify. As I say, this should be a daily staple for most people, because I'm not being dramatic when I say that. We've all got gut issues, every single one of us, and it's because of the quality of the food that we eat over here. And most of us are under a good level of stress, and stress, poor quality food are going to lead to inflammation and poor quality gut health. Moreover, we are not living the same lifestyle that we were living 30, 40 years ago, or that were genetically kind of historically being brought up on. We're not eating 1 or 2 meals a day or 3 square meals a day. I work in the fitness industry with professional athletes training 5-6 times a day. Your office workers, like, they'll have their breakfast, lunch and dinner, but they're snacking, they're grazing during the day. So the gut never really gets a break from digestion. So it's really important that we take care of that gut lining, because it's being bombarded over and over again by worse quality, poor quality food, and the frequency. So when you put low quality and high frequency, you get more damage. So this should be a maintenance for everybody. Now, we've got BPC again. I've got this in tablet form because we're talking specifically about the gut. So I maybe not use the BPC 157 injectable form. If I did, I would have it at a lower dose, maybe 500 micrograms mixed with a TV4. But this is 500 micrograms. Yeah, it is. Looking like you can edit that bit out. But this is 500 micrograms per capsule. I would take 2 of these a day. If it's like at the start, I would not be adverse to using 4 a day. If you're going to buy oral BPC, guys, be very careful where you buy it from. Make sure that it's with arginate salt. That's going to give you better absorption, bioavailability. So make sure that you're getting it with the correct agents attached to it. And this obviously in oral form, although BPC goes systemic, like that's why the injectable form does such a good job for anybody that really have to inject that locally to an injury or something, it will go systemic. But having it in oral form, it's obviously going to get to the gut first, and it does show markable improvements to anyone with a compromised gut or poor gut health having some oral BPC. So that would be my strong recommendation, is to use oral BPC, and if you're chronically inflamed, then maybe tag on 500 micrograms of BPC injectable in with your TB 500 to get on top of the inflammation. The last thing that I'm going to show you, maybe not many of you have heard of this. I first became aware of this in 2019. I used it in 2020, I believe, for the first time. I'll have to check my records from when I purchased it, but this is an absolute game changer. LL37. This is something that you can't use continuously. It needs to be cycled. I would generally do 100 micrograms per day and run it for about 20 days. This is actually a 5 milligram bottle, so you wouldn't use the whole bottle up. This is almost like a Swiss Army knife, something that's highly adaptive. It helps the body in so many ways, but it's shown benefits for cardiovascular, potential for some types of cancer, skin irritation, anything where there's I'm going to have to cut this. What am I looking for? Bacteria. I hate when you can't find the word. Fungi, not bacteria. Pathogens.
Pathogens.
Yeah. Okay. So anything where you've got like bacteria, pathogens in the system, this will actually help tackle that issue with pathogens that are resistant to antibiotics. And we shouldn't be taking the antibiotics anyway if we've got compromised gut. So this is so good to use. It's almost like the best kept secret. Whenever I've got an athlete who is struggling, I've given them a gut protocol, this is the first thing that I would give them. So I encourage each and every single one of you to go away and read and research on this, or if there's enough requests, I'll do a deep dive on LL37 and the benefits of it. But for gut health in this instance, with everything else, 20 days, 100 micrograms of this per day, you're going to feel better immediately. People report that they feel better, a better sense of well-being generally, better brain function, lower inflammation. I say any of the issues that they've got, it generally will help with. but you cannot keep using it. It does need to be cycled. So this is, I would say right now, you can maybe add KPV orally. Sometimes you get BPC and with KPV, but this is probably the bare essentials, the strongest cocktail that I could recommend to you. You've got a compromised gut that's not going to cost you an absolute fortune. I mean, I could put 20 things on here like most people and try to say, oh, you could do this, this, and this. I don't have a discount code for any of this. Obviously, Project AG, you can get a code. I don't have a discount code. I'm not here to sell you products, guys. I'm here to share with you what's helped me and what's helped people close to me, professional athletes and other executives that have struggled. And I've been doing this for years. And it's just now time that I came out and share this with you. So again, if you have any further questions, put it in the comments below, reach out. I'm here to help. I'm here to help make your lives better, make you feel better, and be someone that you can come to and hopefully have a good level of trust that I'm going to give you a solution to the problem that you may be having. Subscribe, like, and I'll see you next time.